So me and D Brown were talking. We found ourselves saying, I wish 2K had this or I wish 2K had that. So we thought it'd be a good video idea. What NBA 2K18 can learn from NBA Live? Because through all their success and their fuck-ups over the last decade, both franchises have been picking apart ideas from one another the entire time. I mean, on Live 10 they had the Adidas Live run, which 2K adopted, turned into The Crew. The Crew eventually became Pro-Am, and that's the Pro-Am we know today. So my boy D Brown is doing a similar video, what NBA 2K18 can learn from FIFA. I'ma have that link down in the description. I recommend you guys watch it here after this video. I'm also gonna link all the video clips I use here in this video in the description in case you wanna check them out. The first thing is the face scan. NBA 2K is notorious for having a poor face scan app. I mean, it's a cool feature, and for some people, especially if you get the right lighting, it can work out perfectly. But for a lot of people who don't have a conventional face, or just don't have good lighting, or don't have the greatest camera, it becomes almost impossible to scan yourself into the game. That on top of the face scan glitches you catch on the park time and time again, it's clear the face scan app for 2K needs a little bit of improvement. Now, NBA Live's face scan app is not without its faults, but for the most part, it doesn't have nearly as much glitches and it has a much higher success rate. It's cool that you don't need a PlayStation camera or a Kinect to actually scan your face anymore, but I think working on the technology to get it a little bit more accurate, remove some of the bugs, will make for a much better experience. This is something I think the community's been asking for a while. When NBA 2K16 launched, we were greeted with no new parks. All the parks we got were just rematched and rehashed from previous NBA 2Ks. It's not like 2K's never done this in the past. In previous blacktop modes in NBA 2K2 and NBA 2K3, they had 9 parks you can play at. Now it's 2017 and it requires a lot more detail, and level design isn't nearly as easy as it was in the past, but the technology's also improved. All we're saying is that NBA Live 16 had a good variety of Pro-Am courts you can play at. They look beautiful, stunning, the environments were open and fun to play on, and we weren't confined to the same exact Pro-Am court every single game. I think and I hope that was a focus for 2K this year, because if they come back with the same exact parks from the last 2 2Ks, there's gonna be a lot of unhappy people. Now, if NBA Live hasn't been any indication, animation should be the #1 focus for NBA 2K every single year. The primary reason NBA Live fell off was because their animation started to look weak. Like, NBA Live 10 legitimately looked better in my opinion than Live 14 and 15, and I don't know how that makes any sense. Even the footage I uploaded yesterday, the entire comment section was pointing out how odd the characters moved and it felt weird, and you saw a lot of comments like that. Before presentation, before servers, before graphics, before you put anything else into the game, there should be a focus on the dribbling animations, the dunking animations, and everything in between. 2K's done a phenomenal job with that in the past decade. Despite them taking out a bunch of animations to start NBA 2K17 because they were quote-unquote overpowered, the movement in the game feels realistic. And aside from the inevitable glitches that they end up having to patch, if animations maintain a focus and see an improvement in NBA 2K18, that'd definitely be worth buying the game. The My Court has been an absolute disaster the last few years. From awful camera angles, everything just feels confined, limited. You can't even run a 5v5 with your friends on it. Throw back to NBA Live 10 when the game originally boots up, you're thrown in a 2-court arena. It'd be cool to invite friends in there to run games with AI, or if you have a full squad of 10 to run 5v5 against, without having to open up the menus, load up My Career, and then get into the My Court and have all your friends join the My Court, a tedious process which usually requires at least 5 minutes of loading times. The environment was cool when you hopped in, it let you play with any of the players in the arena at the time, and just practice your skills as you wait instead of sitting there staring at 15 minutes of Paul George. Now, a wildly irrelevant but still to me important part that I feel like 2K can learn from is NBA Live's soundtracks. I don't even think this one is a contest. Like, some of the songs I remember growing up playing NBA Live, I have memorized top down. And ever since 2K14, I just put a fucking mute on the NBA 2K soundtracks. I mean, it's dope, they have a sponsor, they make money, and they put together a soundtrack with sometimes decent songs. But in comparison, I don't even think this one is a contest. I could list off a series of stuff NBA 2K needs to improve on. Anything from the teammate grade system. Every year, I feel like we need an improvement in terms of graphics, the customization when it comes to clothes and animations. None of which I feel like NBA Live even exemplifies. And so if I was to reverse this and do a list the other way around what NBA Live can learn from NBA 2K, I feel like the list would be endless. There were some standout features in NBA Live, some of which they cut over the years. Some of the stuff that they need to bring back. But given the fact that they had 2 years to make the improvements that they made for NBA Live 18, and they still haven't switched to the Frostbite engine. Although the improvement is apparent, anybody who's seen NBA Live 16, 15, 14 would tell you immediately that NBA Live 18 looks a lot better. Once you make the comparison to 2K, I don't even think it comes close. I still have hope. I haven't touched it. I haven't played the game to know exactly what it's gonna feel like. But seeing the NBA Live gameplay has switched my focus and a lot of my hype and energy towards NBA 2K18. Anyway, there's features and game modes you can pick up and learn from on both sides. I mean, my team was originally stolen as Ultimate Team and they repurposed it, called it something different and went in a different direction. You can make the same case with Adidas Live Run. If NBA Live has a story mode this year, it was likely because 2K's had so much success with their My Career mode. They're picking up from what each other are doing, the stuff that's successful, the stuff that isn't. And at the end of the day, we all want a good basketball game, so I'm all for it. I'm sure if you guys been playing basketball games for a while, you've definitely played Live. Whether it was Live 08, Live 6 was one of my favorites, Live 10. Let me know if there was something I missed in the comment section down below. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to drop a like, subscribe. If you guys are new, again, link in the description to D Brown's video where he talks about what NBA 2K18 can learn from FIFA. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.